Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski. I am obviously Ski. And we're going to go over 2.0 from last night, which had its moments, had some slips, obviously. You're never going to get away with, wrestling, really. I mean, very rarely, I should say, do you get away with something happening without anyone slipping or any stupidity. Uh, didn't see it coming from the person I saw coming that happened. It happened to, and that had the slip, but that was English right there. You can tell it's too early. But Toxic Attraction defeated Io Shirai, Casey, and Caden, who are back. The new entrants, new look. I still think they're great as a tag team together. So how long they've been together? I mean, at one point it'd be nice to see them get the gold. Will they ever? God knows. But I mean, everyone looked. I mean, Mandy looked a little better, so I will have to say that. I mean, she didn't make any big flops, which I'm always looking for her to do. No offense to her, but progress, I guess, is how I could say it. Progress is progress, even if it's a little bit. But JC's the one that's tried to dive through the ropes to get in there that slipped and had to do all, make up for it. I mean, she did it well, I suppose. I mean, there's no accidents on live TV meant to happen. Vince is always famous for saying that. She was the one that did it. And again, Casey and Caden, they look good as always. Gear, teamwork, like what they can do. They're very talented, very athletic. Obviously, look what Casey did before her time in NXT. So there's lots of talent there. And Io is Io. Io looked good. It's what the best you could get out of that situation. JC was the one that had the biggest slip. Still made everyone look good. I mean, everyone looked like they knew what they were doing. Toxic Attraction got to hold on. Now, I'm okay with that. Been a fan of Gigi, so that's okay to me. And later on in the night, we did see them in the parking lot leaving, and Raquel pulls up on her motorcycle and tells, Mandy to keep her title warm for her. And we all know that rematch is coming, sooner or later. So we just have to wait and see how they do that. Because that's all wishy-washy depending on when they do it, how they do it, any of that. But we knew it was coming. So glad they're keeping that going. But Raquel then turned, called out Dakota, who was talking, and then she got attacked by Cora Jade. And then when that was all done, Raquel telling her she can get her hand, she can have her, but after, she's done with her. So Dakota and Raquel again, we'll see. Maybe that means a call up for Dakota or something. Or Raquel. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with that. Just because of how they've been doing call ups and cutting people. And like it just, how are they going to do it all is really the big question I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to fathom it. Still can't figure out exactly what they're going to do with that. And that also, has in the women's thing, you can't forget, Toxic Attraction standing there after the match looking all good. I mean, Kaylee Ray makes her, entrance, quick little stare down with, Mandy, which Mandy did acknowledge in the parking lot there before Raquel happened. What are they going to do with her? Because of what she did over at NXT UK, what are they going to do with her? When are they going to do it with her? How long are they going to wait to pull the trigger? Are they going to pull the trigger? I mean, is this just to hold her here until she goes up to the main roster, which I don't want to see because there's nowhere to use her right now. Like they have so many. They could make it, worthwhile, but she's a solo, thing now. Her character is all, solo. So it does tell good stories. I mean, I don't know what's up with Saray. I mean, she looked good, but another loss. I just don't think she's figured out, the whole system yet and wrestling in this system, especially Vince got there. So I'm sure he changed a bunch of stuff because, well, that's what Vince does. And Kaylee Ray, so now we got Mandy. Now we got Raquel. Kaylee Ray. I mean, there's a bunch of people that are in, the women's title picture where everything's, spinning around. And around, really. I think that I don't think Kaylee Ray is going to be like, to go and get the shot right away. Would it surprise me? Not really. Again, after what she did in UK. Um, I don't know, but they kind of made it look like that's going to be, one of them or Io because, Zoe's out with the torn ACL and meniscus. So been there, done that. It sucks, but that also leaves the door for Io. What she did with Mandy, last week getting in her face, like at least, they're putting a bunch of different things out there. I thought Io was a great champion. I think that could be a really good test for Mandy, I suppose. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, I mean, I will give them credit for that, for how much, the women aren't used, whether it's tag team division or not on the main roster. I mean, again, look at that segment last night on Raw backstage 2 nights ago, whatever the hell. Then you get here. I mean, they got Mandy as champion, but Raquel's in the mix. Kaylee Ray's in the mix. Io was out there, in her face last week. Like, it sets up to have, a bunch of different people in there. Makes everyone worth something, I do suppose. Not a whole lot of something, but something, which is good. Again, compared to how much they normally use them, at least that many people have had a small little thing where they're staking their claim for the title. So that leaves the door open, I believe, for a lot of things. So we got to see how they do with that. But it's good to see that many of them at least having their finger, stuck in there in the picture somewhat, even if it's only somewhat. Like, that's better than not at all. So again, we'll see. The big loser was Saray, but because everyone else was like looking good and putting their finger towards the title and all that. And Saray had her moments, but she got put down, and everyone's right back to talking about Kaylee Ray, and Raquel was there, and like there was nothing good for her. But hopefully she gets her feet wet, finally, figures it out. But it's just, I don't know, her run in NXT has kind of been a bummer to me so far. So maybe once she figures out this, WWE thing, NXT style, she'll get better. But we'll see. Only time will tell. It's just nothing excites me about it. Since she got there. Gacy defeats Boa because Boa doesn't let go of the hold by the 5 count. And we'll see what they're going to do with him. I still hate Gacy, and I don't know what they're going to do with Boa getting in that state that they had him in. I mean, this will be the time to figure it out, though. I mean, get better. See you later. Now that they know it's every, and to let people go all the time, reevaluate people every 6 months means got to figure it out. Zaya, did that whole new revamp thing, and she came out like a house on fire, and the character's still good, and she's up on the main roster now. Boa, he's still Boa. Like, it just didn't help him at all. So we'll see where he goes, but it's not looking too good for him. Not looking good for Kushida either, from that great, being champion after trying to get there forever with all the different, gimmicky, weird stuff, to now being in jacket time with Jiro and losing to the Creed brothers. I can't dig it. Like, can't do it. Kushida doing this whole thing. But it did set up Odyssey Jones coming out for the save after the match. And, Diamond Mine, poof, scattered out the ring and everything. So we'll see what they do with that. I don't know. I thought Kushida was on a pretty good run for a while there before he got to the Cruiserweight title. Once he got the Cruiserweight title, like, I thought it was a really good run compared to what he was doing with the company beforehand. So, I got to see how they do that. I could be the only one that thinks that. I'm sure I'm not, but I just don't. I can't dig it. I don't know. Jacket time, it just hurts my brain. Again, it gives him, Jiro both something to do. And they could add different, style and stuff to the tag team division. But, I mean, look at the teams that they already have. I mean, there's MSK being there, Gristled Young Veterans. There's all kinds of stuff and teams already vying in there, vying for a spot. So, again, NXT, has a good tag division. They got the champs in Imperium. I can't believe it took them that long to get it. But again, MSK, Gristled Young Veterans, Legado. I mean, There's a lot of teams in there, which isn't a bad thing. Having MSK and the Grizzled Young Veterans doing like vignettes and stuff, that's on my favorite thing, but see where they go with it. I mean, the Creed brothers, obviously, they're trying to push them. Like, there's lots of good stuff going on in the tag division. I just want to see where they're going to go with it. And I hope they don't have Imperium, lose them 15 seconds later, especially like Jacket Time. I'm sorry, I can't get behind it at all. Cameron Grimes defeated Ru Fang. Quick to the point. Hudson comes out and complains about losing to Grimes and yada 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 yada. Challenged in some kind of showdown next week. I'll see how dumb that gets. Sadly, we can almost guarantee it's going to be dumb. But I don't know. And then Solo Sikoa defeats Grayson Waller and LA Knight. And they had those two idiots fighting each other more than they had teaming up to fight him, and he got the big win. And after Grayson Waller in that breakout tournament, LA Knight when they brought him in doing the commercial, he was in the commercials with Flair, like all that stuff. See, hit Solo just come in and just kill people. I mean, we all know who he's related to, so I'm not surprised. But just having those two fight each other and not go after him, like that was a wasted segment altogether. So like Elektra Lopez when she defeated Erica, I mean, there's nothing even exciting to talk about. I mean, except for the ring announcer, declaring her the winner as Alexis Lopez. She called out Zion Quinn, offers him to join Legado. He says no. The idiots go and get all mad and say you can't turn down Legado. He throws them both around. She goes to slap him. They'll slap him again. Do a little haha, ole. Spins her, walks away as they try to attack him. See where they go with it. Again, it was just dumb. I don't know. I'm taking out the goon, sure, but I mean, what are they going to get from it? Probably nothing. Him and Escobar would be, a good match, I think, but Escobar can wrestle. I'll never take that away from him, regardless of how much characters and stuff hurt my head. So there's that, but really, I mean, we didn't get anything from that. I mean, those two people, those two guys took dumps. Waldo Mendoza took bombs. Were flung around. They did a little dance move and he got out. Why did they even try to have him join Legado? I mean, it's just, I don't know. We'll see where they go with it. And thankfully that led into, Pete Dunne defeating Carmelo Hayes there, in the main event, like they tore the place down. The crowd liked it. I liked it. Like Carmelo really can't go. And Pete Dunne, man, it's Pete Dunne. So, if the match sucked, it wasn't on Pete. So the two of them, I thought, told a really good story. Loomis was on commentary there. Didn't say anything, but he had those eyes and that mustache and all that. That was good, but the match was fantastic. And again, the crowd was into it. When the crowd's into it, going for the fight forever and everything else that they were chanting, like that was a great match. And to see, Loomis stop Trick from hitting homeboy, Pete Dunne with the shoe. And then Gargano's hand comes out from under the apron and holds up Carmelo just long enough for Pete Dunne. Hit the finish, get the win, which leads them to, again, now Pete Dunne's in the title picture. So, a lot of people, you got Gargano and there, Loomis technically in there. Pete Dunne, like they got set up for a really, really good match. I mean, they're doing War Games. I mean, coming up, they announce it, but they're setting up to have a really, really good one. No matter when they do it, like there's going to be lots of people in there. And again, every show has its stupid parts. TV time wasters just don't work. There's nothing you can do about that because it's bound to happen. Every show, no matter what you're watching, has one of those when it comes to like wrestling. So not too upset about it. It was, less idiocy than, we were expecting, really. But I mean, really, the greatest moment of the whole entire night was the Dunne Carmelo match. So that was great. And Mandy wasn't the one that slipped. So there's that big thing. We're going to see what they do with a lot of it. So, Solo, obviously, we all know he's related to, so he's going to get, a push. Not seeing Champa like at all. I mean, granted, he was on the European tour, so not seeing him at all was, you always wish. I always wish I could see him have some part of the show, but I get why he wasn't there. And see where they go with everything going forward. So not the greatest thing, but not the worst. And as I look back, I mean, there was a lot of bad, but the main event was still, phenomenal. So made it worth it for me. Oh, and Tony D'Angelo giving India fish to give to Dexter before the match next week. Like, just the more Tony D'Angelo I see, the more my head hurts. I don't know about y'all. It just looks like a cheap knockoff of so many different things that we've seen gangster wise. Mob shows, like everything. Yeah, it looks like a cheap knockoff. I mean, granted, he does it well, but it just hurts my brain. So, yeah, I'll give it a solid, decent for the night. And again, first match, had everyone in there and it wasn't bad. Like, I didn't expect JC to be the one to slip, but it wasn't bad. And the main event was good. So, we'll see where they go from all. They did tell some stories. They did extend some stuff to bring more people into the fold. So it's always good to make more people seem like they have a chance. I suppose that is a good thing, as long as they keep using them and they use them properly. Just sticking people in there just for the hell of it, I mean, that's really not a good thing. And we have to see where O'Reilly and Wagner go with Imperium there if they're doing that. If they're smack talking backstage. Again, I'd rather see Imperium hold on to him than O'Reilly and Wagner. They got to get some more victories before they should get those in my eyes. But they could be a good team. Kyle's been around for forever, so that could be a good thing. Again, I just want to see Imperium hold on to him for a while because I think they could work with a lot of these young teams and help make everyone better. I just think they're that good. So that was a big positive too. Unless we got to see them, and again, they could work with anyone. So not a bad night, not the best of nights. I will say happy birthday to the Marine Corps if you are listening to this. I was in the Marine Corps. Happy 246th birthday to any of you that are listening that were in the Marine Corps, knowing when that was. Wish them a happy birthday. All 246 of them. And I'm going to head off. Don't forget Dynamite tonight. Hopefully someone mentions the Marine Corps. I'm sure they won't, but 246 years, I think we earned it in this amount of time. Enjoy each other. Enjoy people's company. Be good to each other. Watch some wrestling. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and repeat on all the videos and all the platforms, because you can share the shows no matter what you're listening to on the social media platforms for more people to get to it. Don't forget to comment and tell me what you think. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to each other. Don't forget to wish Marines a happy birthday because we've earned it. And until next time, my friends, peace.